This conference will now be recorded.
So get the input from user. How to get input from user? That's a that's all you're going to see. So what are things we covered so far? You know what is component? And what is application? What else you have seen? Anyone? Can you tell me what are things we covered? Can you recall? What is component? Component is a functional unit, right? Component is a reusable module, functional unit. So what are things you? Okay, CSS. How to use CSS in application or component, and how many ways you can implement CSS? How many ways you can access CSS? Okay, attributes you see. What else? Handler, right? What is the use of handler? So now, as of now, we have seen to perform a function based on event, init event. Okay, lightning button, lightning button groups. So button elements, all button components you have seen. Okay, and anything else? Anything else? So how to read the attributes? How to refer the attributes? Yes, read write the attributes. Okay, so attributes are like a class variables, right? Attributes are like a member of a class. So you have a variables in class to where you will store values by creating object, right? And it's a temporary data storage, isn't it? So why do you go for temporary data storage? You get value from user, and then you will store it here. You get value from database, and you store it here and process it. Then you display it in your UI. So how to get input for your in Lightning application? How to get input, right? So we have Lightning input components. So there are different components we have, like your input text. We have Lightning colon input. So let's see. So this is a component reference library. You know how to get into this, right? So with your instance name, component reference class, suite.app, you'll get this library. Yep. Okay. Input. So use of input that accepts input from the user. That accept input from the user. So it's used to accept input from the user, and it has main attributes. Label, sorry, type is an important attribute here. So what is the type of input you are going to get? That you need to specify, like your HTML element. It's nothing but an HTML element, right? At the binary. So HTML element can be of type text type can be of date type. You can get the time. We can have an email. We have email type, phone type. You can just specify the color. User can choose a color to be, color can any of the color user want can choose from the color widget, color, and it can be a password type where you will have a character, whatever character you enter will be masked. Okay, so input component is used to uh, create an interactive element or used to get an input from the user, right? So let's go for a so I say lightning colon input. So this is a component we are talking about now, and type is the important attribute. So I can say string, I can say text. Okay, sorry, text, not string, text, and I have attributes called label. Isn't it? So I can enter data here. So the label and user can enter text. Similarly, uh, what are the other inputs components we have? I mean, type we have. I have date, I have time, email. So these are the types allowed. We have color, password type, like this. If you see the date type, we have a calendar widget, right? We have a calendar widget automatically. And if you see the time type, it also gives you the time values. And this, when you submit the form, you cannot enter any value other than email format. So, and here select element, you can select the colors, right? So you can get these colors in your attribute. Okay, so that's how you'll declare the input elements. Able to follow this? Able to follow this? Okay. So user enter value in the lightning input, right? When user enters value in the lightning input, what you will do? We need to get the value. Suppose user enter the first name, then I need to get this value to the attribute so that I can, because attributes I can refer in my, it's like a class member. So you need you can refer that value in your JavaScript, right? You know how to refer the attribute value. So what is my objective here is when user enters data in the input element, I'm going to pass that value to the attribute. Suppose I have first name, last name, then I have attributes here. So attributes have two property, isn't it? I say f name, and we have string, and we say last name string. So how to get this? When user enters, how to get this value directly to the attributes? So we have a value attributes in the input element. We have value attributes in the input element. Then you know how to refer the attributes, right? How to refer the attributes here? Anybody? How to refer the attributes? Yes. When user enter value in the text box, yes, it's not v dot name, v dot f name, isn't it? V dot l name. So the name you given, I know you mean that, but you need to be uh, to make sure you're not making the typo. I mean, you're not making the mistake, no, unknowingly. So it should be attribute name. That's it. V dot attribute name. So let's take. Okay. Right, I get this. So how to test this? How to test this? What I do, I just share like this. V dot just name and okay. right? We'll follow this, isn't it? So as you enter, the value is received. As you enter the any value in the input text box, it is received here, because the value attribute we refer the no, the attributes are attribute here. Okay, so it's directly whatever you enter, it's being assigned to the attribute here. Able to follow this? Are you clear? Are you clear here? People are clear here? No queries, right? Okay, so let's take a quick example. Uh, get the two numbers and from user in the using input element, lightning input, and sum of those value in the controller side on a button click. So I have like a simple application to add numbers. Okay, add and multiply. I have just simple application with a button to multiply and to add. Can you write down this? Can you write down this? Add and multiply. If you hesitate to write down now, then I don't think so you will pick up your lightning, uh, the knowledge as you expect. It's very difficult. Okay, so try to implement it. So using lightning card, okay, using lightning card, you need to bring this action. So in lightning card, where you will place the button at the top right side, isn't it? Lightning action I'm talking about, like sorry, lightning card. Then I need a title over here, calculator, and with some icon, here. Okay, people are follow this. So should have a title and some icon. You can choose any icon which is more related to this example. Then let user to enter the value here. So have the label here. So that could be a lightning card content, body of the lightning card. Can you make it fast? Can you make it fast here? Then you display here the result. Yes. So this should be a lightning card. Okay, and these two will be input elements, lightning input. And the whole thing, lightning card what will happen? It will occupy the entire the page, isn't it? So I do not want to cover the entire page. So let's fix the width. Okay, keep the width 50% from the whole the page entire width takes only 50% width. What you will do? So try to implement a custom CSS. Okay, which means now go with the CSS style tab. With the help of CSS style tab, which means the CSS element among the bundle we have CSS, right? So with the help of this, apply a width CSS property for the division. So keep the division, keep the lightning card inside the division. For me, the whole thing you can keep inside the division. So apply the styling element width for the division. I given all the the things what you're going to implement here almost. Okay, you just have to recall few syntax and implement it. Can you make it fast? Are you all doing now? Are you all working on now? Can you say yes or no? Okay, make it fast, please.
This conference will now be recorded.
So how many input element we need? Two element, right? To get input. So, okay, and so this is going to be a body of your lightning card. So everything is going to be inside the lightning card. Sorry. So the body of the lightning card, that's what we have here, and we have title, and icon name, right? So icon name, if you want a very apt name, then you can locate the icon in the lightning design system. Okay, so go to icon, check if you have any icons, you know, to use it for your calculator. Okay, it might be like I go to action, we'll see. Maybe I don't see anything. Okay, I take apps. Apps belongs to category standard. Standard colon apps. Okay, so standard colon apps. So this icon I choose, and what I need next, I need actions to be at the top right side. Two actions: add and multiply. So actions is an attribute where we are going to set the value for the attribute, isn't it? So which attribute you're going to set the value? Actions attribute of parent component. And what are you going to do? I'm going to add two buttons here. Okay, so you can make a button group. So what needs to be performed, that we will do it in our JS controller later. Let me first work on the UI part. And okay, So here and next thing, date. So this is what I got. Correct. So how to make this a compact look and look? Give the width for the whole lightning card. Okay, so I just give a class name box, and I go to the style element. So next to this, I give the boxes like this, and then I say width as say 500 px or something. Let's see. So I got the width adjusted, right? Not cover the entire page. So then you can differentiate these two. You can also give some brand variant. You know what is variant, right? So go here and give the variants for the button. Brand. Or something. So apply, like the border. So how to work on the CSS more? I like to apply the border and padding. What you will do? Apply border then padding for the CSS. Yeah. The padding all over, right? All the four uh, uh, side, right? All the four side, I would like to apply the padding. People are good with this. What I'm trying to do here. So why I go for margin here? I would like to apply the border. So the space between the border and your content, right? Sorry, the let's see, and I would like to apply the border now. So border has a three element, right? Three element, like for the size of the border and I mean the thickness of the border, and then what is the color you like to apply the style, and then what is the color. Okay, I got something like this. So now user enter the value. You need to get that value into the attribute. So now we are going to declare an attribute here. So I say okay, digit. If you want, you can have the default value here. There is attribute default value. I say 0. I say here as well 0. And out refer this value here. Out refer this value here. B dot. 2. Is this right? Okay, now I got the value. And user, when click on add button, I'm going to add these two numbers, isn't it? So just go to the JS controller now. And in JS controller, I'm going to invoke a method on click event. This is kind of attribute we have in the input. Sorry, it's a kind of attribute we have in the button. So how do you refer the controller method? C dot value provider C dot call add method. Suppose this is my method name, then so go to the JS element in the bundle, and you should have a how to get the attribute. Get v dot num1. So this is your attribute name, isn't it? This is your attribute name. So how to check whether the values are properly, no, this line of code is executed. So I'd like to display this in my console log and see. Similarly, I'm going to have one more method called multi. Okay, so let's say like this. This console. What are the user enter here? Add, right? Value 1, 10, value 2, 10, and then okay, we need to. I think we made a typo here. What is it? Yes. Right. We got it. Now we need to sum up. So what I say sum up value 1 plus value 2, and then I just calculate the result. And I will say accept. Okay, you see what happens here. This is considers a string, right? It considers a string and it's concatenate the string. So we need to convert the string to integer. We need to convert the string to integer. So we have a function to convert a string to integer called pass integer function. we have a pass int function that I would like to show you. It's a pass int function. If you check it on the tutorial, no, the site W3 School, you will get some more additional information. So which converts the string into integer. So just go here. So what do? Just you pass this value, pass int. Everyone is clear here? Able to follow all of you? Are you good here? Okay, you got it? Everyone is good here? Okay. So let's uh, do the same thing here for multiplication. We'll optimize this. We repeated the code, right? The same code again, the duplicate code we get, right? But we can optimize this later. Okay, now, right now just work on the functionality and how to implement the learning the UI. Okay, so how to read the value, uh, get the attributes into input element. I mean, from input element, how to get the value into the attributes. Okay, so now I get the result. I like to display it in my component. So I would say total. I'll say result. So result is going to be another attribute. Okay, fine. And b dot result. And we need to set the value for the result, isn't it? We need to set the value for the result. So component dot set b dot result comma res. Is that fine? Is that fine to all of you? Okay. So let's. Okay. So I do not want to display this total unless I user click on add button. Unless user perform the calculation, I do not want to display this, right? So what happens now if total is right, the label is still visible. I would like to render this based on a condition. Okay, so I need to render this based on a condition. Then we'll go for RS set, RS set again. Sorry, RI if RA colon if is a tag which is used to um, include a if condition in your UI based on Okay, RF is used to check Boolean value and render the content within. So within this we have a content. So RI is basically a tag. Okay, RI if is basically a tag. So we have a content here. The content inside the RI if can be rendered based on a Boolean value for the attribute called is true. So you can refer the Boolean value here. Okay, you can refer the Boolean value here. Suppose there is an attribute. Okay, you say like here, you say like false, for example. Then what will happen? If it is false, then I have something here. So this will not be rendered, isn't it? What about this? If I say is true equal to true, then this will be rendered. You follow this, all of you. So this is how we implement the RIF. Okay, RIF. So what we can do in our example, we can have an attribute of Boolean type. Okay, we can have attribute of Boolean type. I say flag and type equal to Boolean, and I say made it as false initially. I made it as false initially. Okay, and I would say refer this v dot flag. So what you have to do in our example, in our calculator example, we need to turn this flag to true when result is calculated. When the total is computed, we need to turn this flag to true. That's it. Got me? Else you can turn this flag to false. Okay, turn the flag on and off. That's it. In order to render a part of your lightning HTML element based on a condition. Okay, so I just go here. Able to follow this, all of you? So let's declare a attribute. Let's declare attribute just to save the time. Okay. We just have this example for reference. Then we'll modify this. Okay, now what I do? Okay. I have to repeat all the content. Then I'm going to take the CSS for this. Okay, then I just render this initially, then we'll modify for RI. I just copied all the. Okay, we got this. So now we need to implement RIF tag. let's say this is what I'm going to implement here, and arrive. Okay, so on computing the result, then we're going to turn this flag to true. So it's say if this is greater than 0, then I turn this flag to true. Okay. Flag is not defined. I'm sorry. How do you set the value? And curiosity, I just lost the context. Sorry. Correct? Follow this, all of you. I mean, clear? Okay then, isn't it? Okay, so you can still optimize this, uh, you know, more in order to avoid the repeated code. Okay, so let's work on optimization later. Let's work on optimization later. Now we can implement, I would like to implement a cancel button here. So when you click on cancel, that needs to be reset. Everything needs to be reset. Okay, when you click on cancel button, everything needs to be reset. Can you do it on your own? Can you do it on your own? Just try to create a login page. Create a login page. What I do, I would give a login page uh, like this. Okay, enter username, enter password. So password should be masked. Password should be masked. Login, cancel button. Okay, do this, and then once user entered, then you say like Suppose user entered as user entered as Anjit here, then you'll say something like this. And when do you say user is login successful? So have some hard-coded value in the password, then compare that password is equal to what the password entered here, then just display this message. Just work on this simple application. You'll get some idea how to get the value and how to display the value, isn't it? You got me what I'm trying to say? Just work on this, and you have to use your own CSS style element tab of the bundle, and apply whatever the style you required. Here it's a rounded corner, right? So go with a rounded corner, login UI, okay, login element. So rounded corner you should have. And okay, refer any of the login UI and try to bring similar look and feel for your component. Okay, and render this only when the login is successful. Render this only when login is successful. If the password is incorrect, then you have to display login not successful or error in password. Got me? So when you cancel this, everything needs to be reset. So don't display this, when the component is loaded. So only when login is successful, display this message. Are you clear? Are you clear with my requirement? Any question here? Okay. And the input can also be formatted. Input can also be formatted. One minute, let me put a charger. Sorry, not the input, formatted display. So when you get the value, when you display the value, doubt on password, yes. See, whatever doubt you have, try to analyze and get back. What doubt you will have? Mostly will how to read the value, isn't it? You know how to read the attributes value, right? The value will be displayed in the UI like in masked character when you enter the value. When you enter the value, it will be masked. But the value that what you entered, that can be retrieved in your um, JavaScript. How to check that you have to find out? Just compare it. Comparing two values going to be a JavaScript comparison, right? You have a source in the internet, right, to refer, get related information about JavaScript, your JavaScript tutorial, refer one and refer anything and just uh, know like how to compare the value, right? So formatted display. So how to display the value with more a catchy display. If you see any of the lightning experience page, Let's take on record page. Right, if you see here, the phone number is formatted. What about the website? The website is also like an hyperlink, isn't it? An account owner has an icon, right? It's not like just a text. It's not like just a text, right? So it is a text, no format, right? But this is formatted, this formatted output, formatted display, isn't it? You're all agree here? Agree here, right? Are you able to follow this? So check on the email again. Email is a formatted output, formatted display, right? So how to display the formatted display? We have many component belongs to Lightning tag, like formatted text, Lightning colon formatted text. Okay, Lightning colon formatted, sorry, formatted URL. So, right, which means the URL will be displayed in the form of hyperlink. Okay, we have formatted email, formatted date. Okay, which means the date can be displayed in whatever the format you want. Suppose I would like to display in, something like this. Date August 2020, right? And or else in the form of everything in the numbers 28/08/2020. So any of the format that you need to display your date value, you can use the formatted date, formatted element, Lightning formatted element, text, time, URL. Okay, we'll follow this. So let's go for any of the example. Let's see some demo. Lightning goes email value equal to, I give the output value directly. Okay, I give the output value directly. Let's see the comparison between Lightning input and type equal to text, and what is the comparison, right? How it's both are getting displayed. Right, and so how do you give the class? It can be any name. Okay, I just go with box, but it can be any name. So I like to apply padding. and I would like to apply a margin top, right, and margin left, then border, okay, let's create an I repeat this so that you will be familiar with the syntax. Okay, so you get like this. So this is a formatted, right? It's a formatted output. Okay. Um, we have label here as well. Okay, so not formatted and this is formatted one, isn't it? We'll follow this. Okay, and an important thing like date. Or email or date. It's date time. Okay, it's date time. Uh, I should give here. mm, 1 minute. Let me check on the date. Formatted date time. Okay. Yep. So you should give the value, mm, Gregorian calendar. So what are the values are supported? You see here the supported values are input values, supported values are date object and ISO 8601 formatted string and timestamp. Okay, and timestamp can be to indicate the time is measured in universal time zone appended with Z.
This conference will
Okay,
now be
so let's
recorded.
take this. To display just a date. Then the time zone should be EDC to ensure that correct date displays in all time zones. Okay, universal time to display. Okay, right. Okay, so this basically depends upon the value entered over here. Okay, is it? It's basically it's number of days. Number of days. Okay. Um, just 1 minute. I'm just trying to get the how to calculate this number of days. To provide a value over here. Just hold on. Let me stop.
This conference will now be recorded.
You do not have access to my developer console, really? Anyway, I'll fix it, but it will be there in your drive, right? All of you are able to access my drive, isn't it? Or in chat tab I am uploading, isn't it? The uh, input format and display. Okay, check on the chatter. You should have access, Madhuri. I will check today. Let me check and send you email. Okay, I inform you once I fix this. So we have day 3, day 4 files are here. Okay, what about drive? Still time. Hey, if you want, you can sign up. I'll fix this. You can sign up. We'll connect tomorrow. I'll upload the example and send email for all of you how to get my notes. Okay, bye, take care, see you tomorrow.